Welcome to the HomeStory Cup 28th edition, round 4, the red Zerg Lambo. At the top right and the bottom left, we've got Kelazhur, the blue Terran. Now, Lambo is an aggressive little Zerg fudge nugget, and he will let you know it. And Kelazhur down here is a macro titan, okay? This guy, he's good at it. He says, that's my lawn, and when he means that's his lawn, it's his lawn. And you get promptly off of it. So we're going to see how that plays out for Lambo in this fight, as you have an unstoppable force against an immovable object. Who will give way? I don't know, but we have an early expansion from Lambo already off the gate. Like I said, he is an aggressive Zerg player. That is what he's known for. It's what he's good at. And Kelazhur is a macro guy. He's pretty solid at it. That is okay. This is the last game of round 4, or not the last game, but the last match of round 4, and then we'll be moving on to round 5 after these sets of games. Very exciting. Group A has been doing amazing. Round 4 has probably been my favorite to cast so far. There's been a lot of really good stuff, especially you thermal. Whenever you guys get to go see those videos and I have them posted, you're gonna love them. But, you know, right now, we're focused on the age-old classic, TVZ. Kelazhur coming out with an expansion of his own. Pretty kind of standard early-ish, I guess. He's also going to be getting out a Reaper here in a minute, hopefully to provide some level of harassment. Going to get some scouting going on. He does see that he's already got a hatchery up. Kind of expected, though, with Zerg. We're having a factory going down, so might be seeing some Reaper Hellion harassments. Now, Kelazhur and Lambo have played very well throughout this series. All the players really have been. But Lambo, he has 2 wins in this series so far, and Kelazhur is at 1 win right now? I think so. So 2-1. We'll see who takes it home. Right now, the Reaper not doing a whole lot against the workers. That's fine. We're going to get an Overlord. He's probably going to sit right there. Ooh, he's going for it. He's gone. He's gone. Very well played. Good stuff. All right. Going to be hatching up some more drones, the natural. Well, we do have a 3rd base, or a 2nd expansion already by Lambo. This is a bit greedy. Granted, nobody's got any real units out, but 2 Hellions are going to be coming out here pretty soon. 2 Hellions are out on the field right now. That Marine going to be cleaning up David, the Overlord. He is trying to get some kind of value. He gets something. He does see that he's got an expansion. But I guess Lambo's going to be taking that as supply block on the chin. He does now have out an Overlord to cover that. But he's getting very greedy with this. I think he's got good coverage with the Queens right now. So it's not that bad. But he needs to be very careful with this. This could be his downfall if the Terran player decides to punish this in any kind of way. Unfortunately, though, those Reapers and Hellions cannot look up into the sky to shoot down those Overlords, so they're going to have to deal with the fact that he has vision all over his side of the map right now, and he cannot move in or out without being spotted by Lambo and having some kind of a response to it. Now, Lambo, very good at handling the enemy with just lings and queens. It didn't quite pay out so well for him. Well, I guess no, it did pay out well for him in round 3. But in this round, lings and queens are the way for him to go. He's very good at distracting the enemy player, keeping him distracted, and, you know, having your army in one location while the main force is doing another thing, and then he just builds into whatever the hell else he needs, and it works for him. He does very well at it. We are going to be seeing maybe an engagement here. The Hellions are going to be a bit too much for the Queens. Unless they have that 25 energy to heal each other, then that's not going to be looking pretty. Keep poking around. Wall off here is happening for the Terran. That is a very expensive wall with a bunch of supply depots. Cyclones out on the field right now. Cyclones are going to be proving a very bad combo for the Zerg player here, but Banelings also out. The Banelings don't have the upgrades for speed yet. That's okay. They are proving to be quite the deterrent-ish, sort of. Cyclones are out. This is looking very nasty for the Zerg player, as that is a lot of Hellions. There's a lot of Hellions that can kite and take care of most of this light units, the Banelings, the Zerglings in particular, before they even reach them with that line damage. Cyclones just taking free pot shots where they can, and they get all the free shots, forcing these Queens to heal. Lambo is holding very well with these Queens right now. He is keeping vision on those Queens, and those Queens are not having a second to break. Oh my goodness. He does get 2 of the Queens. He's going to get some more workers. Some workers do go down. Still holding with the Lings and Queens. This is not looking good for Kelazhur. Kelazhur probably took a look at those other batches and was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should get Cyclones. Maybe that's the move, man. Oh, and all of these Lings are trying to get a surround on this army. They kind of get a little bit of a concave going. They do pick apart some of the mechs. He is going to be getting, oh man, he almost got more. He did get quite some value out of that. Not as much as he should have gotten. But he played it a little bit safe. Those Lings are going to be coming around, probably to harass the mineral line, to pull these combat units off of him. But that Hellbat is going to be holding all those Lings at bay. The expansion does go down for Lambo. He's not in a bad position. He's just a little bit set behind right now. He is sitting on 3 bases, fully saturated. We are working on melee ground upgrades for the Zerg and vehicle damage for the Terran. Blue Flame upgrade is underway for the Hellions. That's going to be devastating for the Ling combo, which is probably why Lambo did switch off to the Roaches. The Roaches are going to handle those Hellions a lot better than Lings and Banes. But if he can make those Lings and Banes connect, specifically the Banes, that mech army will melt into little tiny puddles. Over here, we are seeing some Hellions getting a little bit of harassment. These Lings can't do a whole lot to these, and the amount of Cyclones, goodness gracious, that's a lot. Ooh, Lings do get a tank. That's pretty good value right there. He's going to be cleaning up this creep. That's not good for Lambo. He's gonna take it on the chin. Probably get out some more. He's got quite a few Queens back at home. Overlord's just dumping creep, apparently. I don't know what that's all about. Gonna be trying to get back this expansion. He needs that, seeing as Kelazhur is matching him. And anytime a Protoss or Terran is matching your economy as a Zerg, you are already behind. He is just wandering around the field, getting free picks on this on these Overlords as he sees fit. He is going to burrow these Roaches. These Roaches, though, I think either have the same range as the Hellions or maybe just a little bit less than them, but it doesn't matter, as, you know, the Roaches are going to get the surround on this army. It's going to hurt. He could be getting a couple of these. He doesn't. Instead, he goes for the tanks, or he rather doesn't go for the tanks, as there's just a line of them sieged up right now. Kelazhur is looking very good in this right now, given that he has got complete control, like army-wise. You know, Lambo's not going to be able to do his usual, you know, kiting of the Lings across the map. He really needs something to kind of help with this army. And honestly, it would probably be beneficial for him to either, if he goes for it, he either needs to go lurkers or Ultralisk. Ultralisk would actually be really good for this, possibly. A little hard for him to tech into it right now, but, you know, he needs something that can either deal a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. We got, oh my goodness, the connects right there as all of that light armor just breaks. The tank's gonna go down. Lambo getting a lot of value from this. Kelazhur is holding off a little bit, but the roaches back home get 9 worker kills, so he is putting in the effort right now. Lambo sitting pretty with just ravagers and roaches. That's okay. They get another tank. That is nuts, man. Ugh. You hate to see it. Well, he's going back for round 2, and he gets another. He's getting another. Ooh, that's smart. Getting the. Oh, is he gonna try and? He should have. What he should have done is had the tank explode on top of the SCVs. That would have been a good play by them. I don't know why all these overlords are puking up their creep onto the ground there. It's just kind of there. This army is not prepared for all these roaches. Oh, he's gonna snipe a tank. Down it goes. You hate to see it going. These tanks are going to get cleaned up by all these roaches. He is getting a ton of traction with these roaches and ravagers. The lings are just a healthy little medium to kind of distract and add a little bit more damage to the army. He is hungry for blood. He's going for these. That planetary fortress is going to hurt a little bit, keeping him at bay. He is going to see this army, though. There's a little bit of units. He's going to try and clean it up. The lings are getting in here. They are going to mop up those tanks. There's going to be no contest. This army goes down without much of a fight. 12 workers dead. Oh my goodness, what is happening over here? Kelazhur, what's going on, man? We do see a Spire transition. I don't think we're going to be seeing any mutas, but we are going to be seeing the Vipers. Like I said, Viper's going to be good. You get that dark cloud out there. You get a little bit of the pulls. There's a lot of good directions you can go with that. Lings. I love it when people put lings into the bases to make sure that you can't expand. It is one of the most annoying things any player has to deal with, because like it even happens to Zerg players. A little bit of harassment coming across the map. That is a-okay. These Hellions not ready for these roaches though. They're gonna get they are gonna retreat. Same thing for back at home. Not a whole lot of work's gonna happen there. Ooh, these Hellions do get caught completely off guard. Viper getting those little area of effect things out on the Vikings. That's good. That's good placement. About to have another big engagement right here. He's taking away that detector. Can't be having you see my units while I'm burrowed, man. That's a bad day for me. All right, Kelazhur is putting up one hell of a fight. He is up to, oh my goodness, is that 5 bases? He's up to 5 bases. Lambo desperately trying to get his 6 bases up and running. He does have them planted. They are finished. He just needs to get them saturated, and he needs to get more of those juicy fat upgrades. We are seeing 2 on the range damage, 1 on the melee damage. This is going to be good. Vehicle damage is at a whopping, it's almost at tier 3, which is rock solid. He's already at 2-2 with the vehicles. You love to see it. More banelings are being produced. A lot of lings. If he gets the surround on this even a little bit and it connects, it is going to be a bad day for Kelazhur. As he is going in, he's going for the kills. The tanks are split up, but it doesn't really matter. He's still going to get the connects. The roaches are just going to get in there. They don't care. He's got another band of roaches attacking his mineral line. He's going to clean up this army. The tanks can't attack. It's the Dark Swarm. It's just going to keep rolling. The Vikings are not doing anything about this fight. He is handling one cleanup after another, and just more units come sweeping across the map. That is 30 lings he is producing, 9 roaches. Kelazhur is in a bad spot as Lambo is buying more time for him to macro up and get even more upgrades. And he's almost supply capped in a good way. He is getting tons of value out of these lings and ravagers, I will say. Thors, I'm not sure what the Thors are for. Ooh, Hellion swooping across the map, getting a couple of worker kills there. Stalling out Lambo. Ooh. He sees that. He does not like that huge mass of whatever the hell that is. Lambo getting a bit greedy here. And he's going for it, man. He says, you know what, man, if you're not gonna fight me, dude, I'm just here to punch guts. He does see all of this, though. He does not like any of that. He's going to keep vision on those units. Not a whole lot he can do. Oh, maybe we're going to go for some Overlord kills. I think that might be what those Vikings are looking for. They're looking for stray Overlords walking around. He's not going to find any, though, as most of those are back home. Considering that Lambo's creep spread is doing all right for right now. It could be a little bit better, but I guess that's why we got some queens working on it right now. He is pushing one lane with some creep, so that is very nice to see. That is spreading rapidly. Splitting up the army here. Lambo knows what he's doing. Those Vipers with Dark Cloud are going to be a whole lot of value right here. He can even yoink those tanks, but he doesn't really need to. Really, it's the Dark Cloud that helps him out here. That and the AoE to the air. Lings are going to get eaten up, but that mineral line, 25 workers dead, is going to be fatal. Kelazhur getting some value across the map, killing a couple of workers. Not a whole lot, not a whole base worth of workers. Lambo just making more Ravagers, making more stuff to stall and buy time. That's all it's coming down to. Lambo pushing into this. I don't think that's the move right there, my guy. That's, you know, you have another force. Your army is split in half, and while it is taking care of him, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. Now would probably be a good time to maybe get out like Ultralisk or something, so you just have something absorbing a lot of that damage or getting in there really nice and tight and handling some of that stuff. Thor with the payload. That is going to, oh my goodness, he's getting in. The Dark Cloud is here. It is going to sweep across this army as Lambo is just basting everything with these roaches and ravagers. Lings are going to be cleaning up a small bit of everything. He needs to siege up these tanks. It's the only thing, it's the only defense he has against them. Oh no, but the Lings get in there. So do the Ravagers. They're cleaning up everything. He's trying to get some kind of value with the Vikings, but it just doesn't matter. As the tanks go down, the walls come down, the units go down. This is looking really good for Lambo and a very bad spot for Kelazhur. 24 workers go down in a blink of an eye. He's in a very bad spot as Lambo is just expanding just to expand. He's got the resources. He's got the money. He said, screw it, dog. I'm here for the win. I mean business. I mean business bad. A tank does go down. He is unfortunately going to be losing just about all of these. He is going to be winning the fight, though, against all of these units. Kelazhur running out of space, running out of bases to mine. He's going to be running out of resources here pretty soon. The income production between Lambo and Kelazhur is drastically different right now. 92 workers to 57. That is insane. Hopefully you're going to try and quell some of these by getting some kills on the Hellions here. 14 workers do go down. 15, even more might be going down or not. 16, yep, that's going to be it for that. Roach is going to be cleaning up some tanks. That is what it is. Vikings also trying to get some work done but these are not the main bases that he's mining out of. They're kind of just extra little larvae spots. So it doesn't really hurt him to be losing any kind of workers on those. And that's fine and dandy. Let him come through. Siege tanks are here, but he's got half his army split. Half his army is still more than enough. More than enough to handle his split army as well. Brother, you are not wanting to fight that. Down goes a command center. Down goes some tanks. 20 workers killed in total. Oh my goodness. It's diabolic. 7 workers do go down. He's just got SCVs here. Dark clouds are going to be rendering those tanks completely useless. He could have been moving in. He's not going to. He is now. He's getting some juicy connects as these ravagers are just cleaning up the rest of these tanks. He doesn't have the production to keep up with this. He's going to be losing this base. And there goes the GG. Well played from Kelazhur. Wonderful game. Wonderful first game. Lambo was able, he was looking bad in the first. He was able to bring it back and dish it out. That was top tier. On to game number 2. Game number 2 on the map, Mothership LE. A little bit different, you know, it's kind of a gamble of where you're going to spawn. You have 3 locations. You got over here, up here, and down here. So both players are going to need a scout to see where their opponents spawn, as they can only guess they're in one of 3 locations. For the bottom down here, we got Kelazhur. In the top right, we have the red Zerg Lambo, bringing it back again for a second game. The winner of this matchup will conclude round 4, and we'll be able to proceed to round 5. Pretty excited to see what comes out of round 5. These players have been doing unbelievably good, and I can only expect even better things coming out of the final fight of this group, wrapping up Group A for this tournament. You know, Kelazhur last game was holding pretty well, and he was matching with Lambo for a hot minute there. But Lambo again was able to keep him off. Lings and queens, mentioned it before, and did such a phenomenal job. I mean, homie lost like 4 bases, man, 4 bases, and shrugged it out. I was like, yeah, I'll just make more. What am I gonna do? Quit? No, not happening, buckaroo. Some early expansions coming out from both players. It's probably a safe bet. No one's making units this early in the game. Spawning pool going to be wrapping up for Lambo. And we're going to be opening with the Marine on Kelazhur's side. Got Queen underway, being produced, orbital command center. 1 gas though, so we're not going super tech heavy. Both sides, just enough to get some upgrades, not all the upgrades. Drone over here doing absolutely nothing. Probably going to be getting to a 3rd expansion. Lambo is the greedy and aggressive Zerg, so it kind of makes sense. You have an Overlord hanging out. He knows where Kelazhur is, but he doesn't see the Overlord. Probably doesn't. That's probably like a sneaky little spot to get him. That's crafty, man. Well, Kelazhur has not done any kind of scouting so far, so he doesn't know anything of what's going on quite yet. Marines are out on the field. They aren't going to see this Overlord, though, so that Overlord is just going to live rent-free. Marines out and about scouting. They're heading. They're moving it. They're grooving. Never mind. They decided it wasn't worth it. However, over on Lambo's side, we do have quite a few roaches. Oh my goodness, that's 7 roaches out on the hunt. He is pushing it. This might be a timing attack. He's sitting pretty regardless. His bases are getting saturated. Does he have... He does not have the upgrades for those. Oh my. This will be very interesting coming up. We are getting a bunch of Marines, but those Marines are not going to do a whole lot versus Roaches. He could possibly turn these into Ravagers and just have that much more siege capability. These walls aren't going to mean anything. They aren't going to mean anything anyways because he kills the worker walking right in. He knows these Marines will lose the fight against those. He pulls the workers. The workers, sadly, will go down, and he makes a Ravager to save his Roaches. This is very crafty. Oh my goodness, he does lose a Roach, 2 Roaches, 3 Roaches will go down, possibly 4 or more. He's gonna, oh, ooh. Oh, that almost ended very poorly. That Ravager is gonna die, sadly, where he is. And another Roach goes down. He did get 8 workers killed. That's a pretty good blow. That's a pretty good blow. Lambo out here maintaining his economy, teching up, building what he needs to. Gonna go back for a round 2 of the Roaches. More Marines out on the hunt. They got nothing to kill yet. That's okay. They'll find something. I'm sure they'll find something. Medevacs coming across. Oh! And he sees the Overlord. The Overlord knows the jig is up. He's gonna stay there though. He's like, oh, yeah, maybe he didn't pay attention to all that much. Marines with the medevacs is gonna be a problem for Lambo. Oh my. Yeah, Stim Marines are going to be hurting this, but unfortunately not as much as the Queens and Roaches are going to be hurting this army. They are going to be spawning an extra free Overlord to rip. He's going to be zooming those bad biddies out of there. He's still letting that Overlord camp out there. Oh my goodness, these Roaches are on the hunt for blood, man. They want these medevacs. They want them dead. That's okay. Lambo just needs to build up right now, possibly expand again. He's got plenty of time to do it and make sure the mineral lines are covered. He knows the drop facts are out. Easy day. Maybe get out some Evo chambers. You know what? He's already a step ahead of me. I don't know why he isn't commentating on this. He knows what's going on. Tanks are out on the field. 1-1 upgrade is being researched for the Terrans right now. Same with the 1 ground melee upgrades and armor for the Zerg. I don't know what that's going to do considering he doesn't really use Zerglings right now. He's using only Roaches. An infestation pit or infestor pit is going down, along with a bunch of upgrades for Zerg. A lot of gears are moving right now, but not enough action is happening. Terran is kind of sensing that, and I guess he wants to let's go peruse around, see what's available. He doesn't see any. He doesn't know any of this. What's going on? Oh man, those Roaches though, they do outnumber him in Marine count. Roaches are a lot tankier than Marines, and boy, do they hit harder than a truck. All that saliva acid and all that jazz. Turns out it's a lot more painful than you would think. Aliens got nothing on these guys. Ooh. This is going to be a real bad day if you didn't move those medevacs. 1 lone ling across the map. Upgrades are underway as Terran is now working on tier 2 damage for his ground troops, and armor is finishing up. Infestors are getting produced. They're now out on the field. Gonna be seeing hopefully some fungal growth. Fungal growth would make this army like sing right now. Kelazhur is in a bit of a bad spot. He's got some drop backs. He's got a lot of harassing potential, and Zerg sometimes struggles with this with drop backs. A lot of what I've noticed, at least. Zerg tends to struggle with this, and it's difficult. He can't be everywhere at once. So if Kelazhur can really make this happen, and he can crush a lot of these mineral lines, then he is in a good position to maintain himself and expand even, and just keep building up, buying himself time. That's all he really needs to do, and it does not look like these drops are going to be doing a whole lot. As another set of drops, not drops, my bad, liberators come across the field. He does see these though, and he gets all of those drones -1 out of the area. That spore crawler is gonna take out more. These lings are catching up to these marines on the creep. They move hella fast. Kelazhur is doing an amazing job keeping pressure at both ends of his base, keeping him distracted, keeping him busy, even taking the hatchery. He is just letting these marines die for no reason. He got quite a bit of kills there on the lings, which is good. It's good. Thinning the herd is always a good thing. Getting kills, always a good thing. Marines coming through, cleaning up this creep. Just, man, he is putting the boot down on Lambo. He's doing a good job with these medevacs, but, it's not going to be enough. He's doing a lot of tickling. He needs to get some jabs in here, and hopefully that's what we're going to see with all these tanks in this massive bio ball. Not a whole lot of marauders. Marauders with slow could really turn the tide for him, especially against all those lings, and especially against all those roaches and ravagers, getting that extra bonus damage versus armor. We're going to see how well this turns out for him, as most of his forces are over here hanging out. Fungal growth does slow him down just a little bit. It's all right though. Fungal growth also claiming more things. He's got ultras on the field. This could turn the battle for him. Oh man, chitinous armor happening. More ultras getting made. Banelings even. I think we're gonna see some good surrounds here from Lambo. Lambo is getting the hurt put on him, as he has got drops in everything. But unfortunately, that might mean that Kelazhur is spreading himself too thin, as the main force is going to be coming in here. He's going to get the connects on a lot of these Marines. Oh, and they go down. The Ultras, they have all of this free real estate to move and harass. These tanks stand no chance as the dark cloud consumes them. They can't see it 2 inches from their face, that they're getting smacked around by a giant beast with blades for a face. That is incredible. He just mopped up that entire Terran army, and it's not going to be enough. He's going to get the kill on this planetary fortress, and it's just going to keep going downhill. He's just going to keep steamrolling. He's going to try and get some kind of value with this little squad over here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He is killing a lot of Terran workers. He got a few good kills against the Zerg. That's great and all, but this army is just pushing all the way into his main base. It's not looking good for Kelazhur, and he pulls off his ultras last second. They escape unscathed, waddling away, wagging their little tail. Oh boy. Tier 3 damage is going to be finishing up for Terran roughly soon. The damage is going to be finished. The armor is going to take a little bit longer. Same thing for the Zerg, as they have tier 2 damage and tier 3 armor finishing up. Zergling's going to be coming through here, providing a little bit of harassment, a little bit of a distraction. Actually, not really a distraction, more of a poking, just to see what's around. He doesn't have anything. Lambo is, even though he got his keister pushed in, Lambo is still in a very, very good spot. He is holding back the Terran. Kelazhur needs to get some ground. He needs to get some more expansions. He just needs to start winning more fights. I don't know if it's so much about the unit composition or like how many units you have. He just needs to start winning his fights. He hasn't been winning a whole lot of them. He got some good value out of his drops. But when it comes to the main army fights, he kind of gets steamrolled. And those banelings hurt quite a bit. I don't know why he didn't... Oh, he could have connected those. He wasn't paying attention. It's alright. Those banelings are going to roll happily away. More drops coming down onto Lambo, denying him more expansions. That is bad news for the Terran, though, as they are scared. They're packing up and they are going home. They saw what happened to the game over dude with the last Ultra, and they did not want to be a part of that. Viper, though, getting sniped. Oof. It's at the wrong place at the wrong time, buddy. It's okay. He is scouting for more drops just to make sure that they're not happening. And this Liberator's doing something. All right, buddy. You do your thing. All right. Lambo's army is split right now, but it is equally as dangerous as Kelazhur doesn't really have all of his forces together. This army can 100% just A-move all over Kelazhur if he doesn't microwave properly. Level 3 ground armor finishing up in a couple of seconds here. That's going to make those Zerglings tankier and the Ultralists even tankier. That is a bad, bad look for Kelazhur. I think Kelazhur is also on... He's on 3-3 for his ground troops as well. But something about ground troops Zerg on 3-3 hurts a little bit more as he completely mops up all of these armies. He's gonna take the planetary fortress. He's gonna take the main base. He's pushing through. He does not care, but he pulls away. He doesn't finish the killing blow. What gives? He gives Kelazhur a breathing chance to come back and fight some more. I think maybe Lambo is, thinking about this from a performance perspective, maybe, or maybe he wants to. Maybe he's like, oh no, we'll give him a show, Kelazhur. I can't kill you yet. We gotta give the people a show. It's what they came here to see. A little generous of him, but in a jerky way. Alright, Kelazhur is now trying to get back his bases. He surprisingly didn't lose all that much, considering that most of his bases are absolutely mined out. He's gonna need to pick up these bases and move them to something that actually has resources. Because Lambo is sitting on 3,000 minerals. You're cooked. Kelazhur, you're gonna have to start making some big plays here, otherwise this Zerg is just gonna A-move you and you are going to eat it in the face. He does see the tanks up there. He knows they're there. Got kind of a little Mexican standoff going on between the Zerg and the Terran. He is going to shoot across the base. He's not going to risk it. He is just going to unload all of his troops, but it doesn't matter. Lambo coming in here, taking a planetary fortress again, cleaning up all 21 of those workers. Killing even more, taking some tanks with him as a souvenir. These workers are going to be going down. Planetary Fortress is almost finished. It's getting there, but it doesn't matter. Game 2 goes to Lambo. Very well played. Very well played. That's going to wrap it up for round 4 of the HomeStory Cup. Both of these players played very well. I think Kelazhur just, he kept being kept on the fence. He was getting a lot of value in those drops, but when it came to the main fight, he would just get rolled by all the Banes, the Ultras. It was too much damage getting soaked up and not enough of it killing things. And I think that's kind of what finished off Kelazhur there. But both played very well, did an amazing job. If you enjoyed this, consider liking and subscribing. Seeing more of this. I've got a bunch of the other games already cast. Feel free to take a gander. Especially, you got to check out the round 4 Euthermal and Geralt game. Oh my God, is it funny? But I appreciate you taking the time watching all these games. You can go check out the active tournaments on Liquidpedia. I'll leave a link down below. And I will catch you guys in the next match. Have a good one. Bye-bye.